Let's get right into it. Number 10. Seeing colors you can't even imagine. The mantis shrimp has 16 color receptors in its eyes. Humans have 3. These little ocean punchers see colors that literally don't exist in our reality. Ultraviolet, infrared, and about a dozen other wavelengths we don't even have names for. Imagine walking into a room and seeing 10 new colors nobody else can see. That's every single day for a mantis shrimp. They're living in a completely different visual universe than us. But here's where it gets wild. Scientists thought all those extra receptors meant mantis shrimp had incredible color vision. Turns out they're actually worse at distinguishing between similar shades than we are. Their brains process color completely differently. Instead of comparing and contrasting like we do, they have a receptor for every specific color. It's like having a labeled button for every possible shade instead of mixing red, green, and blue. Their reaction time is insane because of this. They don't need to think about what color something is. They just know instantly. Number 9. The blood that saves lives. Horseshoe crabs have blue blood, not like a cool tint of red. Actually blue. Their blood uses copper instead of iron to carry oxygen. But that's not even the interesting part. Their blood cells will instantly detect and trap bacteria. Any bacteria. Scientists discovered this in the 60s and completely changed medicine. Every vaccine you've ever gotten was tested using horseshoe crab blood. Every IV drip, every surgical tool, every injectable drug. If it goes inside a human body, it got checked by crab blood first. These creatures have been around for 450 million years. They survived every mass extinction event. Dinosaurs came and went. Horseshoe crabs just kept doing their thing with their bacteria detecting superblood. Now we harvest about 30% of their blood, then release them back into the ocean. Most survive, but we're draining 500,000 crabs every year. Their blood sells for $15,000 per quart. We've made them into living pharmaceutical factories. Number 8. Regeneration that makes Wolverine jealous. Axolotls can regrow anything. Lost a leg. 4 weeks. Brand new leg. Heart damage. They'll grow fresh heart tissue. Brain injury. New brain cells, no problem. Spinal cord severed. Fixed. They can regenerate the same body part hundreds of times without any scarring. Scientists cut off the same leg 5 times in one axolotl. It grew back perfectly every single time. But the really insane part is they can accept transplants from other axolotls without rejection. You can graft another axolotl's leg onto one, and it just starts working. No immune system freakout, no anti-rejection drugs needed. Researchers are desperately trying to figure out how this works because if we could do even 5% of what axolotls do, we'd revolutionize medicine overnight. Spinal injuries would be fixable. Heart attacks wouldn't cause permanent damage. Lost limbs could regrow. These weird little salamanders hold the key to healing that we've been searching for since the beginning of medicine. Number 7. Never forgetting a single thing. Elephants actually do have incredible memories. That's not just a myth. Their temporal lobe, the part of the brain handling memory, is proportionally larger and denser than any other land animal. An elephant can remember every member of its family group even after decades apart. They'll recognize the bones of dead relatives years after death and spend time examining them. During droughts, the oldest female elephants remember where water sources are from droughts that happened 50 years earlier. These aren't places they visit regularly. These are emergency reserves they used once, half a century ago. Young elephants would die without this knowledge. In one study, researchers played recordings of different elephant calls. The elephants could identify calls from over 100 different individuals. They remembered which elephants were friends, which were rivals, and which were family. Some of these elephants they hadn't seen in 25 years. Your brain can't even remember what you ate for lunch last Tuesday. Elephants are out here maintaining detailed social networks, spanning decades and hundreds of individuals without ever forgetting a single relationship. Number 6. The shrimp that sees colors you can't even imagine. Mantis shrimp have 16 color receptors. Humans have 3. We see red, green, and blue. They see 12 additional colors that don't even have names because we literally cannot comprehend them. Their eyes move independently, and each eye has trinocular vision. That means each eye sees depth on its own. They don't need both eyes for depth perception like we do. But their superpower is the punch. Mantis shrimp have spring-loaded clubs for arms that accelerate faster than a bullet. The strike is so fast it boils the water around it, creating a shockwave and a flash of light called cavitation. They're punching so hard they're creating underwater explosions. The impact delivers 1,500 newtons of force. That's like getting hit with a baseball bat swung by a professional player. Except the bat is the size of your fingernail. They've been known to shatter aquarium glass with a single hit. One aquarium in California had to rebuild a tank 3 times before they gave up and moved the shrimp to a different facility. These things are 4 inches long and breaking reinforced glass designed to hold back thousands of gallons of water. Number 5. Immortality through infinite rebirth. Turritopsis. Doherney is the only animal that can reverse its aging process completely. When it gets old, sick, or injured, it just transforms back into a baby. Imagine if humans could do this. You hit 70, start feeling tired, then suddenly you're 5 years old again with all your memories intact. That's what this jellyfish does. It sinks to the ocean floor, reabsorbs its tentacles, and converts back into a polyp. Then it grows up again from scratch. It can do this indefinitely. Scientists have observed the same jellyfish doing this cycle multiple times in lab conditions. Theoretically, this jellyfish could live forever if nothing eats it. The only reason they die is predators or disease during the vulnerable transformation period. We've been studying them intensely, trying to figure out how they're doing this. If we understood the mechanism, we might be able to apply it to human cells. Cancer, aging, degenerative diseases, all of it could potentially be reversed. Number 4. Navigating across entire oceans using Earth's magnetic field. Sea turtles hatch on a beach, crawl into the ocean, then disappear for years. Decades later, they return to the exact same beach where they were born. Not just the same country or coastline, the same 100-meter stretch of sand. They navigate across thousands of miles of open ocean with perfect accuracy. Scientists tagged baby turtles and tracked their movements. These turtles were detecting Earth's magnetic field and using it like a GPS system. Different locations have unique magnetic signatures. The turtles memorize the magnetic signature of their birth beach when they're hatchlings. Then, they spend years swimming across the Pacific or Atlantic. When it's time to lay eggs, they follow the magnetic map back home. Researchers tested this by putting baby turtles in tanks and changing the magnetic field around them. The turtles immediately adjusted their swimming direction based on the artificial field. They're reading invisible forces we can't even detect without instruments. Number 3. Sleeping with half a brain at a time. Dolphins and whales have to consciously breathe. If they fall fully asleep, they drown. So they evolved unihemispheric sleep. Half their brain sleeps while the other half stays awake. The awake half controls breathing and watches for threats. After a few hours, they switch sides. The sleeping half wakes up, the awake half goes to sleep. They're literally never fully unconscious. Ducks do this too. When sleeping in groups, the ducks on the outside keep one eye open and half their brain awake, watching for predators. The ducks in the middle sleep fully. They take turns being on guard duty throughout the night. Scientists observed this by measuring brain activity while the animals slept. One hemisphere showed deep sleep brainwaves while the other showed active, alert patterns. Imagine if you could sleep through your morning meeting while the other half of your brain took notes. That's basically what these animals are doing every single day of their lives. Number 2. Venom that rewrites your nervous system. The cone snail looks harmless. Pretty shell, slow-moving, lives in tropical waters. But it has some of the most complex venom on Earth. Each species has a unique cocktail of hundreds of different toxins. Some cause instant paralysis. Others block pain signals completely. A few rewrite how your neurons fire. The geography cone snail can kill a human in minutes. There's no antiviral. But here's the twist. Scientists have turned cone snail venom into medicine. One compound called ziconotide is 1,000 times more effective than morphine for chronic pain. It doesn't cause addiction because it works on completely different receptors. Researchers are studying other cone snail toxins for treating epilepsy, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. These slow little snails have weaponized chemistry better than any lab. They've created molecules we're only beginning to understand. Every species has different venom, which means there are potentially thousands of undiscovered medical applications hiding in these shells. Number 1. Echolocation so precise it detects heartbeats. Bats don't just use echolocation to avoid walls. They can detect a single human hair in complete darkness. Their calls bounce off objects and return with information about size, distance, texture, and movement. Some bats can hear the footsteps of insects walking on leaves. Others detect fish ripples from 15 feet above the water. The resolution is insane. They're building a complete three-dimensional sound map of their environment 50 times per second. Dolphin Echolocation is even more advanced. They can detect a quarter-sized object from a football field away underwater. They can tell the difference between different types of metal. They can see inside other animals using sound, detecting tumors or pregnancies. One study showed dolphins detecting a woman's pregnancy before she knew. Military programs spent decades trying to replicate dolphin sonar. They failed. Dolphins are still better than our best technology at detecting underwater mines. These animals are navigating and hunting using sound with a precision we can't match with millions of dollars in equipment. So, next time you're frustrated with human limitations, remember there's a jellyfish out there that never dies, a shrimp punching with the force of a gunshot, and a turtle navigating oceans using invisible magnetic roads. Evolution gave different species different cheat codes. We got opposable thumbs and pattern recognition. They got everything else.